Nearly 3.5 billion people tuned in to watch the 2018 World Cup, which is nearly half the world's population. Whether you're a soccer fanatic or someone who tunes in every 4 years, the World Cup is something that unites a nation around the globe. According to Michael Levy in 1998, it is likely the most popular sporting event in the world, drawing millions of viewers every 4 years. The FIFA World Cup, from its great beginnings in 1930 to its global display today, shapes the world through soccer and unites us through sport and passion. Now let's examine the milestones, the origins, the global and social economic impact of the World Cup. Is it down?
It's down. Oh, that's up. Flip it around.
So the World Cup is a 32-team elimination. Happens every 4 years, with host nations swapping back and forth from South America and Europe. And these hosts are decided from money bids. So whoever allegedly has the most money gets to host the World Cup. The idea and inception. Jules Rimet proposed the idea for the World Cup in 1928 after watching years and years of the Olympic Games, which he disliked. And this essentially laid the groundwork for years to come. The first tournament was in 1930, where it was hosted by Uruguay. They were chosen to host without any bid due to their 100th anniversary of independence and their strong soccer culture, and they ended up winning the whole tournament. Global effects of the World Cup. So through the 1940s and 1950s, obviously there was a World War II in Germany, and they ended up losing 2 World Cups due to this, and it ended up coming back in 1950, where it was then hosted in Brazil, and it was more globalized than ever, making it more accessible for people to watch and view. And then you can see the comparison between the viewers of the Super Bowl and then the World Cup, just so you can see how many people actually really watch it. And then by 1970, the World Cup has established itself as a global phenomenon. Brazil also established themselves as a top nation after they ended up winning 3 World Cups. And then in 1982, Spain expanded the World Cup by making it more accessible for people to watch. More television channels were able to get a hold of. And in 2018, BB Sports stated, in 2018, 3.5 billion people tuned in total to watch the World Cup. Now that we have talked about the origin and milestones, let's talk about the global and social and economic impact. National pride and global unity. So there's several teams like Argentina, Germany, Senegal, Cameroon, who put their political differences aside and unite as a nation for every 4 years. And after tournaments, they have winning parties, after game parties, and pre-parties. And then John Motson, a usual World Cup commentator, said that it's the heartbeat of global sport. Economic boom. So you can see the GDP increased for every host nation. Recently it's gone down. And for example, in 2022 in Qatar, they had to build every stadium from scratch. So they built 12 to 14 stadiums, which caused massive infrastructure and economic GDP. And in 2014 in Brazil, also the same thing happened with multiple merchandise sales, jerseys, hats, scarves, and tourism. David Godwin, in his book 2006, The Ball is Round, states that the World Cup is not just a soccer competition, but a cultural event that transcends borders. And then along with this, there's technological advancements, something called the VAR, which is a video assistant referee, which basically allows the referee to pause the game and review a call again. So he can essentially, if a player is complaining about a call, he can essentially hold the game off, go to a computer, and he has a headset equipped to his ear, and he can essentially remake the call. So we've talked about the creation of the World Cup, the milestones of development, and the global and social impact. The FIFA World Cup, from its great beginnings in 1930 to its global display today, shapes the world of soccer and unites us through sport and passion. At the end of the day, the World Cup is a large sporting event with large economic boom.